Now in this video lesson, we are going to explore concepts of data analytics. We have seen transitional data processing and we have seen the non-relational and relational data. But now data analytics is quite different than that. We will focus on data ingestion and data processing. As we have discussed earlier, we have something called ETL, ELT kind of processing which is associated with this. We will focus on that. We will explore data visualization and what is it all about. And then finally, we have to see types of data analytics so that we can know what kind of analytics we want to do at what time. Now let's focus on the data journey first, which starts with data ingestion, then it is going to data processing, and then finally it's going to data visualization. Data ingestion is the process of importing data, which might come from various resources like streaming or batch data processing. It can come from an IoT device or some kind of financial transactions. Or there are chances that you have already stored data on on-premise data sources or maybe some cloud data sources, and then from there you want to fetch the data. Data ingestion is like you are providing data, you are ingesting data into your database, which can be relational or non-relational. And then from those databases, we have to fetch data and we have to do data processing. Data processing takes the data in the raw format, it cleans it, and then it's going to convert into a much more meaningful format, which actually covers two parts inside that. We have ETL, which stands for extract, transform, and load. And then we have ELT, which is like extract, first load, and then transform. What is the difference? Well, in ETL, the raw data is retrieved and transformed before being saved, while in ELT, the data is going to be retrieved and then it's going to be saved, and then after that it's going to be transformed. The ETL, extract, transform, and load steps can be performed as a continuous pipelines of operations. It is suitable for the systems that are required simple models with very little dependency between items, while the ELT is something which is more suitable for constructing more complex models that depends on multiple items in the database and often using periodic batch processing. Finally, after this data processing, we have data visualization, which is like a better representation or pictorial representation of your data so that you can understand data and analyze data properly. Data visualization is nothing but a graphical representation of your information and the data. Now obviously, we have various tools available for data ingestion, data processing, and data visualization. And we have a very important tool to understand in this course, which is Azure Synapse, when we focus on these three parts. Now let's focus on data visualization a little bit in depth. A business model can contain an enormous amount of information, and there are techniques to analyze and understand the information in your model. And mainly we focus on three different techniques: reporting, business intelligence, and data visualization. Reporting is a process of organizing data into an informational summary to monitor how the different areas of an organization are performing. Reporting shows you what was happened, while analysis focus on explaining and why it happened and what you can do about it. In other hand, business intelligence refers to the technologies, applications, and the practices for the collection, integration, analysis, and presentation of the business information. Business intelligence system provides historical, current, and predictive views of business operations, most often using the data that has been gathered into a data warehouse and occasionally working from live operational data. So like reporting is something which can be done with the live data also. Data visualization can also be done with that. But BI is something which is mostly going to be stored data in data warehouses or something similar to that kind of big data stores. Finally, the third one, which is data visualization, is a graphical representation. That's what we know of your information and your data. By using visual elements like charts, graphs, maps, and other data visualization tools, you can get the proper insights from your data. It provides an accessible way to spot and understand the trends, outliers, and patterns in the data so that you can do the future prediction or some other further analysis on your data. Hey guys, sorry for interruption. My name is Maruti and I'm here to make a very important announcement. I hope you are liking our videos and you're doing a continuous learning with us on an Azure Cloud and AI related topics. If you are enjoying this thing, I'm going to announce skilltech.club, which is our upcoming website, which is going to be launched very soon. We are here to tell you one thing, that everyone who is a subscriber of this particular channel will get Azure Cloud and Azure AI related certification courses free of cost in skilltech.club. So you will be a part of the skilltech.club kind of a membership automatically free of cost. And everyone who's a subscriber of this particular channel will get those benefits which are available in that. So what are you waiting for? I request you to please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and families if they are also interested in Azure Cloud and AI learning. That's it from my side. Now you can carry on with your learning. Thank you. Now finally, it's a time to see and explore our data analytics. Basically, data analytics is divided into 5 parts: descriptive analytics, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive, and cognitive. And obviously, if you want to understand analytics properly, then you need to understand what types of analytics are there, which are 5, which is visible on screen, as well as you also need to know what exactly each analytics is doing and at what time you're going to use this, in which scenario you're going to use which one. If we start with descriptive, descriptive is focusing on what is happening in a specific case, like what is happening in your business. If you want to figure out that what, then actually you have to do descriptive analytics. Then we have diagnostics, which is logically like a next step of that. Once you know what is happening, you have to figure out why is it happening, and then to what I'm going to do about it. So what you can do about it is something which you're going to mention inside diagnostic analytics. Then we have predictive analytics, which is all about predicting about the future. So what is likely to happen in the future based on the previous trends and patterns which you have seen in the previous analytics. You can do the predictive analytics based on that. And then once predictive analytics are done, you have prescriptive analytics, which determines the best of course of action to choose to bypass or eliminate future issues. So once you have done predictive analytics, you have recognized that there are some issues which can happen. Now, out of the available options, which one is going to be the best course of action, that you have to choose in prescriptive analytics, which is again something like you detected the problem in predictive analytics and now we are trying to fix it. After all this, we have a last one, which is cognitive analytics, which is maybe one of the most complex out of all 5. This type of analytics is inspired by how the human brain is processing information. It draws a conclusion and codifies the instinct and experience into a learning, such as understanding not only in the words and the text, but in the full context of what is being written or spoken. Most of the time in the cognitive analytics, we are going to take a help of some kind of a machine learning algorithms, and some kind of services are required which can actually process the information like a real human brain. And then from the data which is provided into this analysis, it is going to take a logical and cognitive decisions like a human brain. And that is which is one of the coolest thing about cognitive analytics. So in this video, we have explored the concept of data analytics and then what kind of types and when exactly we have to do with kind of analytics. With this video, I think our first module is done. We understood various data formats and the options to store data, as well as what kind of options we have to process our data and to get the proper analytics on that. Now obviously you have to understand all this thing with a practical hands-on and in a much deeper way. And that's what we are going to do in the coming modules. Before we proceed further, if you are liking this course, I request you to follow us on Facebook and subscribe our YouTube channel. mentorstack.com is our official site and you can find us on Google also. Thank you.